special edition of the Triple C and Schmo Show with the Smesh Bros, Khamzat Chimaev and Darren Trill.
Let's go, people. Let's give them a hand. Come on, all you guests out there.
Well, it's no secret we're all sporting some Blockasset, some athlete tokenization. So, Mr. Till, man, you're the responsible party behind all this. You gave Mr. Bossman Dana White his first NFT. Talk to us about Blockasset.
Well, last year, a group of guys from Liverpool come to me and they were talking about like NFTs and stuff like that when it first come around. And I hadn't seen much about it. I only think I seen was LeBron James had sold like an NFT for like $1.4 million. And at the time I was training to fight Marvin Vettori. So we had a meeting with the guys and, you know, the meeting went well, but I was training camp, so I was totally focused on camp. And then I broke my collarbone and, you know, I was sort of relaxing for a few months. And so I messaged the guys back and I was like, let's have another meeting over this and, you know, let's get something set up. So, you know, we had the meeting, everything went well, and you know we decided to become partners and set this thing up. Now what it's called Blockasset. So back then we just started recruiting athletes. I was using a lot of my contacts list, and we released my first NFT collection before my fight with Derek Brunson. That done really well. We released a charity gorilla NFT collection that sold for like 170,000, I think, or 70,000, I can't remember. And now we're at the stage where it looks like we're about to do a takeover with in the UFC. We're all MMA athletes, but across all sports. You know, obviously we got one of the biggest stars now, Khamzat Chimaev. Henry's an ambassador. We got yourself. We got loads of other people. And you know, one day I just thought, I know Dana's like, because we done the Legends collection in New York on Times Square. We done like, you know, we made a big fuss about it and that, and I just thought, I know how big of a fan Dana is of like Muhammad Ali. I thought that I want to gift him, you know, I want to buy him his first NFT, so I got it set up, the wallet, and you know, I bought him and he texted me. I sent it to the PI, to the UFC Institute, but I just said to him, I said, I've got a present for you, thank you for helping me after my fight with me recovery and rehab. And he received it and he texted me and he was like, wow brother, fucking thank you so much, you know. So he's got his first Muhammad Ali NFT there. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Look at that. And then you got Triple C. The Schmo saw Wayne Rooney. You got the Schmo on the streets in front of the O2 doing promos.
Yeah.
Look at that. And now you got the Smash Bros series. Is there a better duo out there than you two right now? I mean, they're beating us, Triple C.
They are for now. For now. And what about you, Khamzat? How's your whole connection with Darren, man? How did you guys even link up? How did this whole bromance kind of start?
Pulled a knife on me.
We've always been, you know, before the UFC, my friend Riza back home, he told about the guy. He met him, a nice guy, you know. Maybe he come to train with us. I said, I want to train with this guy. Then we started talking. When I get the UFC, write to each other, you know, in the Instagram. Then he calls, I want to come to Sweden. I said, welcome, brother.
Yeah, because when I think of you guys' relationship, it's kind of like me and Davison Figueiredo. It's like we kind of have the same relationship. There's the strengths that he has, and there's the things that he needs. You know, the same reason why he kind of came to train with me. Well, actually, a lot of these fighters. You know, like when we have a good wrestling place, and you know this, Khamzat,
Yeah.
It neutralizes a lot of what the game of MMA is. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great synergy because obviously I've seen Darren Till fight. His striking is really good. You know what I mean? And obviously your wrestling is really good. You're very, very well rounded. How has it been with Darren? Obviously I've heard the way you train. How is it that you've been adapting with all that, Darren? Like how have you get a little piece of what a wrestler kind of goes through, what he feels like? Because he's
I'm just a broken man right now. Every day we wake up in the house.
It was one beginning bad shape, and now it becoming better and better. It was like 106 kilo, and now 96 kilo. You know, like he probably lost almost 10 kilos, and it was really fast when he comes.
Yeah.
And now it becomes stronger and stronger. You know, his condition becomes better as well. The thing is, like with this guy, he don't never give up. You know, like first day he comes. In the evening, it was the resting, you know, the ground and pound. So then he get tired, jet lag, you know, he fly all day, and he said, okay, one more, you know, still coached up that. Yeah, so that's the makes the champion, so never give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing you had learned from Khamzat?
Mentality. Indestructible. Like a brick wall.
And Khamzat, what's one thing you learned about Darren Till?
A lot of things, you know, like guys give you good energy when you're out, like around the guys, they give you like good energy, you know, like he beats that helper, you know, he fought for the title, like, we speak about everything, you know, like a lot of things. His striking is so good and so fast, and learn every day something, you know, in the striking as well from him.
Yeah.
Dana White told the Schmo, he said the winner, most likely of you and Gilbert Burns, is next in line for the title shot. Is that what you're thinking? You get the victory in Jacksonville, you get the title shot next.
Yeah, he told us. Me and him was a meeting with Dana, and he dinner a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
He said after that fight, people want to see you only for the fight title. I said, well, let's go. I'm ready. I think I'm next, because like I have 10 fights, 10 finishes, and this guy gonna take his head off one round. And what they gonna say now? People now they say like he didn't beat somebody under 10. Who cares about that shit? I don't know. But he's number 2. When I take his head, what they gonna say? He can't say anything more. So
Yeah. Can I give you my expertise? I've read a lot of your articles, Khamzat, and you're right. The mentality does separate us, especially when you have a base like wrestling. If your plan is to become a 3-time division champ, I want to challenge you, because this is what I think is more like the way it's gonna iron out. I think Kamaru's gonna fight Leon Edwards for the belt. It's already been said by Dana White. Conor McGregor's gonna slip in. Kamaru wants to make money. Who wouldn't want to fight Conor McGregor? That really is a payday. So the way I see it, the way I see it, Khamzat, for you, if you're planning on become a double champ or even a triple champ, I think you go after Israel Adesanya. I think you go up, you fight him, and then you come down. Or maybe you go up to light heavyweight if you like.
Yeah, we talk about that as well. I said to him, if Kamaru stay away a long time, and if you think Israel will accept the fight, ask Dana. I say maybe. I don't want to wait somebody. If this takes a long time, you know, never know. Maybe Kamaru gets again injured, you know, like Leon Edwards maybe get injured, and they take it 1-2 years. I don't want to wait somebody. They have Colby, they have like Israel, and a couple of guys. And
yeah, but if you had it your way, would you want to fight? Would you want to be a UFC champion? That's the number one thing you want to do, right? So would you be willing to go up to middleweight at 185 pounds and win that belt and challenge Adesanya? Okay. And the other question that I have is, would you be willing to challenge a number 1 contender like Robert Whittaker to get to Israel?
Yeah, we was talking about Whittaker in the call with my coach. I said he's number one in this division now after the easy. And I like that fight. I want to fight with him as well.
But do you understand my scenario though?
Yeah,
because you're looking at 1 year potentially, maybe even more, Chimaev, for you to fight for the 170 pound title. I think we fast tracked you. I think if you want to be different and extraordinary, there's a lot of champs now. You know what I'm saying? What I would like to see, if I was in your position, if I was your coach, when we have the same mentality, I would like to see you 185 pounds and then go down, or go up to light heavyweight, whatever that may be. These are goals that you set out to put out. I would just like for you to do something different that nobody's ever done. I would like to. I think the easier fight for you than Kamaru Usman would be Israel Adesanya. I really do.
Yeah, I'm ready for him. I told him when I see last fight, I told the guys, the easy fight for me. You know, like how he fight the guy. It's like, for me, makes comfortable when I see this fight. He gets the down and he give his back to the guy who is not wrestler, not like ground guy. You know, like never all his fights he's doing on stand up. What is his name? Robert Whittaker. Take his back when I see that if I take his back and he's off his head, like take off his head, and then we're gonna go. If I take him down, then we're gonna go up.
Darren, what's your take on what he's saying? Is this man, is he what he says he is? Is he the real deal? Can he do what he's saying?
Yes, he can.
What's your take on everything? Do you believe Khamzat Chimaev gets rid of Israel Adesanya and no more than 3 rounds?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, and then I come in and take him out.
Is he going to be the first triple champ in UFC history? The Schmo's sitting next to a double champ, but do you think he's the most likely guy to do it?
Possible, yeah. Yeah. I told you, mentality's everything.
That's if I don't get there first, Chimaev.
He was finished. Henry's finished.
This guy wants to fight Volkanovski. He's been vocal about it. How come Dana hasn't given him that fight?
I don't know. Dana, I don't know.
Yeah, no. But I do believe if anybody can, it is Chimaev, and I've been a fan since the beginning, and I'm friends with Kamaru, and I tell him that, hey man, and he knows. Kamaru knows he's a real deal.
Maybe they strip Kamaru if he took like 1.5 years to come back. Maybe they'd strip him, and then fight for like the open belt, like Leon and Khamzat or something, or or Khamzat and Burns. Someone, I don't know. If it took like 1.5 years.
Well, there's a lot of options. I mean, you guys got to keep in mind though too, like the way he's thinking. He knows who he is. I promise you that. We all know. There's a pink elephant in the room. It is Chimaev, but there's options for the pound for pound king. He's got Canelo. He's got Conor McGregor. And then he's
gonna fight Canelo. I don't understand. Like, only people who want to see Canelo and him, only him and his manager.
No. But not really. Not really. You know why, Chimaev?
You did see how he hit Beth.
Yeah.
You did see. I
don't think Dana wants to fight either.
We have to be realistic, but then the guy's not that level in the boxing. I can't say I can say I mean things. I think I'm the best in the world. Like I can't say I can beat in boxing and Canelo. Because I'm not a stupid guy, I understand how it works. The guy all his life did boxing, that he knocked out, he killed so many good guys. And how you can say I'm going to knock him out.
Henry agrees.
I understand he want to make money.
Don't be biased, Henry, just agree.
Of course. But this is what I'm telling you. This is a money grab. I do the exact same thing. Fuck it, put me against Francis Ngannou.
I understand Usman wants it, but no one else wants it.
Only one way he fight Canelo. If they make the fight 1 second, just like start and finish. Yeah, they can survive. I don't see he can survive 1 minute.
Well, then let me ask you a question, then, Chimaev. How would you do against Canelo?
I'm never gonna do that because I understand how it works.
You respect the game of boxing.
Yeah, of course, because it's not my game. If he comes to my game. Canelo, if comes to UFC, brother, if fights with me, I can take 10 seconds. I'm gonna let him sleep. You know what I'm saying? The guys never did wrestling, grappling, nothing. Ground and pound, these things. Yeah, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like your own language. You speak all English, and back home somebody in Russian, he speaks only Russian, and he come directly to you saying like start to speak English. He can't. Yeah. That the same way he can't box and go to jump in from there. This is like different game, like football and basketball. Yeah.
It is a different game. It is a different game. What's your 2 cents, Schmo?
Well, I just want to circle back to this point real quick. So if Usman is out for a longer period of time and you get the victory over Burns, you think there's a scenario just based on timing, you would like to see yourself fighting for a 185-pound title before a 170-pound title. Is that correct?
I need the title. I don't care. I can fight for 93 as well. Yeah. Who fights 93 now? The 2 guys.
Glover
Teixeira and Yuri Prochazka.
Yeah, Yuri Prochazka. He was in the gym as well. He knows me. He knows what I can do as well. Yeah.
You trained with Yuri too.
Yeah.
As well.
Ask the guy. I was sparring with Khamzat. He will tell you. Maybe he can lie. I don't know. But I can fight it with this guy as well.
Want to ask you about Tommy Aspinall because the fans in the UK, they go nuts. Francis Ngannou, he's going to be out for 9 months or so. We're already talking about an interim title again at the heavyweight division. If that's the case, maybe it's John Jones, maybe it's Stipe, but we saw what Tommy Aspinall did, calling out Bam Bam tied to Ivasa.
Yeah.
Winner of that. That's next for the title fight. Where is the head at for Tommy Aspinall right now?
He just texted me, told me to stop calling up Gain for him. He wants to fight Ty and then Gain. So I think he knows his road. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the next champion in the heavyweight.
Really? Over Jones.
I think he would play with Jones. I really do.
That's what I know. We're
I mean,
the
like,
Blockasset family, but I'm
I'm just like
his way a friend, but I'm big fan of John Jones. I don't
he's a
think
big
so.
fan, yeah. But like
Jones is,
I know,
Jones is
like,
another level, man.
Yeah,
Let's get your Mount Rushmore. Who's your top MMA fighters of all time?
John Jones, of course.
Okay.
John Jones is
Because
actually mine as well.
Nobody is like him. Nobody. He beats a lot of guys. You know, like he beats the monsters. You know, I did work all my training, and we did with Alex. I know how good he is, and if John Jones could stop that guy, it's scary. You know, and he beat like not easy fighters. It was crazy good fighters, knockout power, and on the ground it was good. Everything was like perfect. The guy. And DC, you know how he pressure and he's good wrestling and he has good boxing and he has mentality. It's like just pressure the fighters and kill them, you know. And he stopped that guy as well. You can't say Kamaru is better than him. If he stay in the game, he has to beat pound number one.
Who else would you put on that list?
Who's your top five?
And I think first, honestly, if you're still in the game, is John Jones, and then Cejudo, because he has 2 belts and 2 different divisions.
Olympique champion.
Yeah, Olympic champion as well. but Usman has only 1 belt. Only 1 belt, and he didn't like how many times he defend his belt? 3 times, 4 times. And John Jones, he did like all his career and defend the title, you know. Like 11 times, you know. It's different. And Kamaru didn't beat like that guys who John Jones beat.
Yeah.
The guys is like different level.
So in other words, Khamzat, you're not impressed with Covington. You're not impressed with Gilbert Burns. You're not impressed with George Masvidal. Does anybody at 175 pounds impress you?
I don't think so.
Nobody.
Because the guys is old. They stay in the top 10. They fight each other. They didn't give the chance to the new guys. We have the new guys in my division. They I don't know his name. One grappler, wrestler. I don't know. He's a strong guy.
170.
He's undefeated.
Sean Brady.
I think he's also is good. He beat like Chiesa now.
Sean Brady.
Yeah. That guy is good. If we give him the chance, like beat Bilal, he gonna beat him easy. Because Bilal doesn't have something to use against that guy. You know, like the guys like talk like, oh, he's not top 10. They doesn't want to fight us. Give us chance, stop us, and then start to talk. Yeah, say, you see, I stop him. Then you can talk. You can't talk before you beat somebody. You know, like what I'm saying. You know.
Darren Trill, what's your take, man? What's your take on this whole incident that's happened with Masvidal and Colby Covington, man? What's your 2 cents on that?
I've always said like anything outside the octagon, it's just I don't really have opinions on stuff like that. Like even with McGregor on the outside the octagon, where he does stuff like that, because I know what I've done myself, and like people have opinions and stuff. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I don't know I mean. Masvidal had his chance to, beat Colby up, but they both said if they seen each other in the street, it's on. So I suppose if you say that, then it's on. You know, like.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but unless if it's premeditated and some dudes like doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I get if they bump each other randomly, but if somebody's able to make a phone call to let you know that he's there, and then some dudes like, you ever gone to a restaurant you're full? Dude, that shit's hard to fight.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, just that scenario, I don't like. You know what I mean?
Some people are street guys, some aren't. Like, Colby's great in the octagon, but he's not really a street guy. So Masvidal is. That's just like a beef that's never gonna end. You know what I mean? Like, it's what they said like it was on site. So I suppose it's on site every time they see each other. You just have to live with that.
What's your road back to the title? How do you see the perfect scenario for you to get back to that belt? And what is it, man? Like, how do you pinpoint your career?
I'm sat here, you know, with like I just seen Khamzat before we even trained, and I was like, I want to train with this guy. I want to get back to being me, what I was in 2018 when I was like beating everyone, and I just thought I could walk on water. I thought I couldn't be stopped. No one can beat me in strike, and no one could take me down at that time. And I just want to stay focused, stay motivated, stay healthy. And you know, one thing I'll say about Khamzat is he does actually train 4 to 5 times a day, but he doesn't train in a way that he breaks his body either, if you understand what I'm saying. Like it's smart training. So I don't know, we're just gonna take over everything. I want to come back and just, you know, I just want to fucking show how good I am. And you know, I could fucking just have a fight here and be like, yeah, I'm in the UFC and stuff. I don't want that. That's not good enough for me. I never set out like that in my life.
Yeah, I was at your fight when you fought Tyron Woodley, and I thought you were gonna win that fight. If there's one thing that I could add in that fight, I don't think you recovered for that fight. I'm not sure if you had enough water in your head.
No.
Like that's the one thing that comes to mind when I saw you fight Tyron Woodley.
Nobody ever seen like my weight cuts. Like they were the fucking that was the fight for me. You know what I mean? And like for the Woodley weight cut and the one, like, you know what's a funny story about the Wonder Boy weight cut? Like I've never said this, but like his dad, like I know his Wonder Boy's dad doesn't like me because when I weighed in, like the pre-weigh-ins to see how much you weigh, like on the weight day, I think I was like 3 pound over or something, or I can't remember. So then I went and got colonic irrigation, you know, where they put the tube up your fucking to try and get water out. But because they pump water up, it goes into your system and comes out. So they were pumping water in and out, and then when I come back to check again, they were like, his dad said, oh, he's had a drink. And I was like, if only you knew the drastic measures I'm taking to try and make this weight to fight your son. So
how much did you end up losing when you did that?
What do you mean? I didn't. I put weight on. Like,
oh, you did? So
when I done the colonic irrigation, that was like my final straw. Like I went blind on the treadmill. You know.
Okay, so you missed weight that fight?
For the Wonder Boy, and then I made weight for the Woodley fight. But my camp weren't about beating Woodley. My camp was we need to make weight. And then things just got worse when I fought Masvidal. I was just like, I remember I had like 0.2 to go, and I woke up. I snuck out the room from my coach and I walked to the supermarket, which was like 10 minutes, and I like fell down 5 minutes on the way because I went blind.
So then that's done, man. So the you making 170 pounds is over.
No, I could probably make it, but just a little bit more discipline, maturity and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, I'm a big guy, but look, you see him, he can fight at 185 and 170, so...
Looking svelte right now, Khamzat.
Yeah, but you know what? But even Khamzat has struggled a little bit too in his last weight cut.
He's gonna absolutely smash this weight cut.
No, I weighed much better before because after Corona I just went home 2 months. You know, like didn't go out. I did surgery operation. I was 95 kilos. You know, I never been that heavy.
You had cakes this morning. No more cakes.
No, bro. I did eat cakes. What are you talking about?
What are you feeding?
I'm on him hard. Like I'm here to fucking help him for his fight, and he'll help me after. Like, we live together, so we do everything together. Food, watch television.
So you're finishing this camp with Khamzat?
No, we're together now.
Okay.
Like we're training partners. You know, we've got all the guys. We've got a little team going. We're training in a few gyms, and the guys back at All Stars, they welcomed me with open arms, didn't they? Yeah. Like, the guys like me in All Stars.
Everyone likes him. You know, everyone knows about it. They talk about the guy. You know, his energy and how he's like the funny guy as well. You know.
Little bit crazy, but
yeah. Well, both like
crazy.
You know, we have the same mentality.
Same mentality, yeah.
Then we both like to do stupid things, you know.
You know what's crazy?
We need somebody to stop us.
He's from like Sweden. He's from like a different part of the world, Sweden and that. And I am, but like we were just like the same people. Like everything we say and do is just like exact. It's crazy. Like if you had a camera on us 24 hours a day, you'd be like, wow.
And that's the Smash Bros story. We appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming in for the Triple C and Schmo show and doing some conversation with us. April 9th, big date.
Yes.
UFC 273. Final thoughts?
No, I just think it's good, man. I just think it's a good synergy that you guys have between us. You know, I'm going through that stuff right now with a lot of the fighters that are training, that are especially like Davison. I think of Davison Figueiredo, same weight. You know, I was able to make that adjustment for him in order for him to win that fight with Brandon when he got out wrestled, and to eventually out wrestle him, you know, for the victory. So, no, if anything, man, I just want to wish you guys luck, dude. Wish you guys luck as.
Are we allowed to come and train with you, Henry?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. The only problem is, though, this is the only thing.
That's why I've said it, because I want to like make things awkward.
and after this, I do want to show you guys my regimen, if
Yeah.
I could, Khamzat. I want to show you what I call mind body science. Is how I'm able to collaborate these things, and I base everything on off of numbers and probabilities. I think you guys will be blown away. How is it that I methodically like get my training camp going? But I would love to help you,
Can we
Chimaev.
come
But
and train with you, Henry?
I would love to. I would love to. But I think the biggest thing is I would love to help you for Israel, for Usman, because he is my brother, man. I wouldn't be able to, but for Israel Adesanya, I know that I can add pieces to your game to help you, and you really don't need me.
No,
You know?
I have my coaches, you know, the best coaches in the world. And like, well, Andreas, he makes, you know how Alex house boxing, how good he am. He makes Alex hands, and I have like Alan Finfo. He has 10 times world champions, gear no gear, and one of the best guys in the. He beats in the match Gilbert Burns many times as well, and he makes my wrestling background from Chechnya. You know, he knows what I'm talking about. You know, I was a high-level wrestler, but I couldn't compete because I didn't have like a lot of papers, and from Sweden I need. But I beat the guys who been in the world champion, you know, and the match as well. Now one guy doesn't want to say his name, but I beat him when I was young. Yeah, he's a world champion now.
Yeah, do you is there a chip on your shoulder, Khamzat, because you didn't become a world or Olympic champion in wrestling? Have you carried that chip on your shoulder to the sport of mixed martial arts?
When I started MMA, my brother wanna send me back, you know, to Azerbaijan, and they had one coach was like asking me all the time, "Come here, we make paper for you, come to compete." But I didn't want to leave my family, my mom and my brothers and sisters. They was living here. I want to see them. If I left, who wanted to care? And you know, then I was working there, then get a little bit money and go to Stockholm with this guy, start MMA. Yeah, because of that, I didn't become a world champion. Maybe after take the belt, gonna go back into the wrestling. We'll see.
No, we're gonna go fight Canelo.
No.
Oh, you want Canelo? You want?
I'll fight like Tyson Fury. Can have Anthony Joshua.
He lives close to Tyson Fury. You can't fight with him in the streets, brother. Not the boxing, brother.
Triple C and Schmo show with
Schmo, don't forget our Blockasset Smash Bros NFTs are out in 2 weeks. Come on.
just about to say that too, but why should we get Darren Till's token over Khamzat Chimaev's? This is on the rise. The Schmo's looking at that.
Get both tokens and get
My
the Smash.
tokens, the Smash Euro tokens.
No, my tokens are the best, brother. Sorry.
No, brother.
Next
no,
time.
brother. My
But
ones is stronger.
Inshallah.
Yeah, you see the face, brother.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're out.